When we think about Rome today in terms of their greatest contribution to mankind, we consider that contribution to be Rome's advanced system of infrastructure and engineering. In particular, we think about Roman concrete and aqueducts because they revolutionized construction and urban planning, enabling the empire to build durable structures, extensive road networks, and sophisticated water systems that supported large cities. But what if I told you that this wasn't Rome's greatest invention? What if Rome's greatest invention is something that was done behind closed doors? Something that most people are still oblivious to today. What I'm referring to is the creation, or fabrication rather, of Christianity. Did Rome invent Christianity to control the ignorant masses? Stay with me as we investigate this theory to arrive at the answer to this question. It's the year 63 AD. Rome is in charge, but in Judea things are tense. The Jewish people want to be free and they're clashing with the Romans. Let's rephrase the question we asked earlier and make it more specific. Did Rome create Christianity to control the Jewish people? Could this new religion turn rebels into followers? Judea under Roman rule was like a bomb waiting to explode. The Jewish people, who loved their freedom and their religion, hated being controlled by Rome. The Great Jewish Revolt in 66 AD was a big moment. Hoping for a savior, the Jewish people fought back hard. The Romans, surprised at first, fought back brutally. Jerusalem was destroyed, and the Second Temple was left in ruins. Rome needed a way to keep the Jewish people quiet. Rome knew that ideas were powerful. Around this time, a new religion about Jesus started. It taught peace, forgiveness, and obeying the rules. Could Christianity have been Rome's way of keeping the peace? A way to stop the fighting? Get ready to rethink what you thought you knew about the origins of Christianity. The Second Temple was the center of Jewish life, but Roman soldiers stationed nearby reminded everyone who was really in charge. This created a tense situation in Judea, ready to erupt into rebellion. Roman rule in Judea brought some good things, like order and stability, but it also brought bad things. High taxes and Roman culture made the Jewish people angry. Every time Rome did something unfair, it made the Jewish people want to rebel even more. A new generation dreamed of getting rid of Rome and being free again. In 66 AD, things in Judea exploded into a huge rebellion. Driven by their faith, the Jewish people fought back fiercely. At first, the Romans were taken by surprise, and the rebels pushed them out of Jerusalem. The rebellion spread quickly, showing how strong Jewish identity and faith were. The Great Revolt was a fight for survival, a fight for the soul of a nation. The Roman Empire wanted to crush the rebellion and sent General Vespasian. Roman soldiers surrounded Jerusalem and a brutal siege began. Even though things were desperate, the Jewish rebels fought bravely. In 70 AD, the Romans broke through the walls of Jerusalem and the city was taken. Now let's talk about Jesus of Nazareth, whose teachings spread through Roman-occupied Judea. His message of peace and obedience appealed to people who were tired of fighting. Could Rome have quietly encouraged this message to calm things down? By getting the Jewish people to focus on heaven, Rome could stop them from rebelling. This might have been Rome's cleverest move. Paul's sudden change of heart adds a mystery to the story. His teachings, which focused on obeying the government, helped Rome. Could Paul have been part of a bigger plan? His teachings, spread far and wide, made Roman rule seem right. The idea that Rome was involved raises some troubling questions about the beginning of Christianity. The main ideas of Christianity can be seen as ways to control people. Forgiveness and humility kept things as they were. This message calmed unrest and made the oppressed accept their situation. Could Roman leaders have twisted these ideas to help their empire? The idea of a kingdom in heaven stopped rebellions. This new way of thinking discouraged future uprisings by promising a reward in heaven. It fit with Roman ideas, reinforcing the emperor's right to rule. This clever way of changing beliefs could be Rome's longest-lasting impact. The Great Jewish Revolt was over, but the desire to rebel was still there. Vespasian understood the power of propaganda and wanted lasting peace. Could he have influenced how Christianity developed to keep Rome in control? A new religion teaching peace and obedience could heal the wounds of rebellion and strengthen Roman rule. It's hard to ignore the similarities between Jesus' miracles and the powers people said Roman emperors had. Emperors, often called sons of gods, were said to have supernatural powers, able to heal the sick and even control the weather. Could these stories about emperors have influenced the stories about Jesus? The idea of a divine son, a key part of Christian belief, wasn't just about Jesus. Roman emperors, starting with Julius Caesar, were often made into gods after they died, their family history linked to the gods. This blurring of the lines between human and divine was a powerful way for emperors to strengthen their authority and make people respect them. Could the image of Jesus, the miracle worker, the Son of God, have been quietly shaped by these Roman stories? Was this a deliberate plan to make Christianity more appealing to Romans, to present Jesus as someone worthy of respect within the existing power structure? The question remains, were these similarities just coincidence, a result of different cultures mixing? Or do they suggest a deliberate attempt by those in power to mold Christianity into a religion that supported rather than challenged Roman authority? Let's talk about Titus Flavius Josephus, a Jewish historian who played a big part in shaping the story of the Great Jewish Revolt. Josephus, a controversial figure who switched sides to the Romans, became a trusted advisor to Vespasian and Titus, giving them valuable information about Jewish culture and history. Josephus's writings, while definitely influenced by his own experiences and opinions, also served a clear Roman purpose. They presented a version of events that made Roman actions seem justified, portraying the revolt as a sad result of Jewish fanaticism and emphasizing the emperor's kindness in victory. Some scholars think Josephus's influence went beyond just writing history. They see his influence on the New Testament itself, suggesting he might have played a role in shaping the Gospels, subtly aligning them with Roman interests. Was Josephus a Roman puppet, tasked with rewriting history and creating a narrative that served his new masters? Or was he a complicated person, caught between two worlds, trying to find some truth amidst the destruction of his homeland? The answer, like so much of early Christian history, remains a mystery. The idea that the Flavian emperors created Christianity, while speculative, raises troubling questions about its origins. Could this faith, now followed by billions worldwide, have been carefully created by an empire trying to strengthen its control? The evidence, while not direct, is interesting. The timing of Christianity's emergence, the similarities with Roman imperial narratives, the possible influence of figures like Josephus, all contribute to a story that challenges traditional views of Christian origins. This doesn't mean Christianity has no real spiritual value. The message of love, forgiveness, and compassion has inspired countless acts of kindness and selflessness throughout history. However, the possibility of Roman manipulation in its early years casts a shadow over its story. The Flavian connection, whether we believe it or not, makes us confront uncomfortable truths about power, belief, and the often blurred lines between history, myth, and manipulation. It reminds us that even our most strongly held beliefs can be shaped by forces we don't fully understand, and that questioning the official story, no matter how unsettling, is essential to understanding the complexities of the past. As Christianity spread through the Roman Empire, it encountered Greco-Roman philosophy and thought. This led to a mixing of ideas, subtly Romanizing Christian theology. The Logos, a Greek concept, described Jesus as the Word of God. This made Christianity more accessible to educated Romans. Roman ethics like natural law and civic virtue influenced Christian teachings. This Romanization helped Christianity gain acceptance in the empire. Jesus' teachings focused on a kingdom not of this world. This idea served a strategic purpose for Rome, dealing with Jewish messianic fervor. Jewish messianic expectations focused on a leader to restore the Davidic monarchy, free them from Roman rule, and bring peace and prosperity. This hope fueled their resistance. Jesus changed these expectations. He preached a kingdom beyond earthly power, a spiritual realm where freedom came through faith. This lessened the revolutionary potential of Jewish messianism. By shifting hopes to a heavenly kingdom, Rome neutralized unrest. People focused on spiritual salvation posed little threat to Rome. This shift could be seen as a brilliant move of Roman social engineering. While the theory of Christianity as a Roman creation relies heavily on indirect evidence and reinterpretations of existing texts, hints from the past, in the form of artifacts and inscriptions, suggest a deeper connection between early Christianity and the Roman world. Archaeological discoveries at Roman military sites and throughout the empire have uncovered Christian symbols and artifacts dating back to the 1st and 2nd centuries. These findings suggest that Christianity spread rapidly, even among Roman soldiers, something that would have been difficult without at least quiet approval from those in power. Also, inscriptions on tombs and public monuments, often overlooked sources of historical insight, offer intriguing clues about the social and religious landscape of the early Roman Empire. These inscriptions, while not directly confirming the theory of Roman design, reveal a complex relationship between emerging Christian communities and the Roman world around them. These pieces of the past, these whispers from a bygone era, while open to interpretation, add another layer of intrigue to our investigation. They remind us that the past is rarely simple, that behind the official stories lie hidden truths, waiting to be discovered by those willing to look deeper and question the accepted version of events. The evidence so far, while interesting, is mostly circumstantial. How quickly Christianity became important in the Roman Empire needs an explanation. Could this success story be the result of a planned transformation by those in power? The Roman Empire, despite its brutality, was practical. They needed a unifying belief system for their diverse population. Could Christianity have been the answer they were looking for? This theory offers a compelling explanation. It suggests Christianity's triumph was a planned campaign by an empire known for its cunning. The true origins of Christianity may remain a mystery. The possibility of Roman involvement forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about power and belief. History is not a neutral retelling of facts, but a contested narrative shaped by those who write it. In the first few centuries after Jesus died, Christianity was on the edge of Roman society. Seen as a suspicious and rebellious group, early Christians faced brutal persecution. Their meetings were held in secret, their beliefs condemned as a threat to Roman order. Yet the faith spread rapidly, fueled by a strong belief in its message. This persecution strengthened Christian identity and commitment. The blood of the martyrs became the seed of the church. How did this persecuted group become powerful in the Roman world? The answer is complex, involving social, political, and religious change. The very empire that tried to control Christianity ultimately helped it gain power. This shift from persecution to acceptance is one of the most remarkable transformations in history. It shows the power of belief, the resilience of the human spirit, and the unintended consequences of an empire's calculated risk. It's the year 312 AD. Constantine, a Roman general fighting for control of the empire, faces a powerful enemy at the Battle of Milvian Bridge. The outcome of this battle will decide the fate of Rome. The story goes that the night before the battle, Constantine had a vision, a sign from the Christian God. He put the symbol of the cross on his soldiers' shields and won the battle. Whether a true religious experience or a clever political move, Constantine's acceptance of Christianity had a huge impact on the Roman world. He issued the Edict of Milan, granting religious freedom throughout the empire, effectively ending the persecution of Christians. Christianity, once a marginalized faith, was now equal to the traditional Roman gods. Constantine's support transformed Christianity's future. Churches were built, scriptures were translated, and Christianity gradually became part of Roman life. What started as a persecuted group was about to become the dominant religious force in the Western world. But was this a victory for Jesus' original message? Or had Christianity, in its embrace of power, become something very different from its humble beginnings? The legacy of Constantine's choice, a choice that would shape Western civilization, is a mix of good and bad. With Constantine's support, Christianity changed dramatically. From a persecuted group, it rose to a position of power within the Roman Empire. Churches, once hidden in catacombs and homes, now stood tall in the Roman skyline, symbols of the faith's new status. Theology, once debated in secret, was now discussed openly in large councils. Christian thinkers, influenced by Greek philosophy and Roman law, developed complex doctrines and interpretations of Scripture, strengthening the Church's intellectual authority. Christianity, once a threat to Roman order, was now seen as its protector. By the end of the 4th century, Christianity was the official religion of the Roman Empire. The once mighty empire, built on conquest and the worship of pagan gods, had seemingly embraced the message of a crucified Messiah. But was this a true conversion? Or was it a calculated adaptation, a merging of ideologies to maintain power in changing times? The triumph of Christianity is a story of both faith and strategy, of unwavering belief and calculated compromise. It shows the lasting power of ideas, the ability of a seemingly small movement to reshape an entire empire. The Roman Empire may have fallen centuries ago, but its mark on Christianity and on Western civilization is still here. The Romanization of Christianity, whether a deliberate plan or a natural development, shaped the faith's path, influencing its doctrines, its rituals, and its relationship with power. The idea of a hierarchical church, with its pope, bishops, and priests, reflects the structure of the Roman Empire itself. Latin, the language of Roman law and administration, became the language of the Church, its influence echoing through centuries of liturgy and theological discussion. The Roman emphasis on law and order is reflected in Christian moral codes, and the Church's role in shaping social norms. Even the calendar we use, with its celebration of Christmas and Easter, reflects the Romanization of Christianity, a blending of pagan festivals with Christian meaning. The legacy of Roman Christianity is complicated and often contradictory. It is a story of both oppression and liberation, of calculated manipulation and genuine spiritual awakening. It reminds us that history is not a straight line, but a tangled web of competing narratives where power, belief, and the human search for meaning intertwine in ways that continue to shape our world today. We've traveled through the turbulent times of first-century Judea, explored the harsh realities of Roman occupation, and looked into the origins of a faith that would change the world. The question remains, was Christianity a true spiritual awakening, or a carefully planned tool of the Roman government? The evidence, as we've seen, can be interpreted in different ways. The timing of Christianity's emergence, the similarities between its teachings and Roman ideals, the possible influence of people like Josephus, all suggest a story that challenges traditional accounts. Yet, definite proof remains a mystery, lost to time. Perhaps the truth, as is often the case, lies somewhere in the middle. Could it be that Christianity, born in a time of turmoil and oppression, was both a true expression of faith and a tool subtly used by an empire trying to maintain its power? This documentary doesn't give definite answers, but aims to challenge assumptions, to encourage viewers to look beyond the accepted story and consider the complexities of history. The origins of Christianity, like the origins of all faiths, remain a mystery, a testament to the lasting power of belief and the mysteries at the heart of being human. What are your thoughts on all of this? Do you think that Rome fabricated Christianity to control the Jewish people? Be sure to let me know in the comments. Also, if you want to look into this theory some more, be sure to check out the books and other resources in the description of this video.
If you enjoy our content, we'd love your support. By joining one of our channel memberships, you help us continue creating videos like this one while gaining access to some amazing perks. As a member, you'll unlock exclusive content available only to supporters, earn loyalty badges to show off in comments and live chats, and enjoy priority responses to your comments, shoutouts, and more. The best part? Memberships start at just $2.99 a month, less than a cup of coffee. Even small contributions make a big difference for the PJ Bible TV team in covering production costs and delivering the content you love. And if you're not ready to become a channel member today but still want to support us, there are other ways to help. Engaging with our videos is a tremendous way to show your support. By taking just a few moments to like the video, share it with friends, family, or on social media, and leave a comment, you're telling the YouTube algorithm to share our content with more people. Your support, no matter how you choose to show it, means the world to us. Thank you for being part of the PJ Bible TV community.